Hey everybody, this is Coach Manley with Giants Talk, episode 11. Unfortunately, I'm a little under the weather, so my voice is spotty to say the least. But it's playoff week now. We had a bye week last week against the Steel Sharks, or supposed to play the Steel Sharks, shall I say, 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, they couldn't play, so we were given an extra bye week. But we're here with our guest, Coach Cody Kent. Cody, what's popping?
Not much, man. Getting ready for the playoff game this weekend. We've had 3 weeks to prepare now,
All
so
right.
we at the point to where we're over preparing. I think we've probably practiced every scenario there is in the game of foot
Probably, yeah.
in the game of football. So, as Wyatt likes to say, you can never have too many bullets in the gun, right?
That is true. Well, there's a few questions that have been popping around and on people's minds. So we're going to go through and answer a few questions for you guys about the season so far and upcoming going into the playoffs. Our overall thoughts on the 2023 season. I would say, I think you would agree, we took over a team last year that was very talented, but didn't have the record on the field. But I think overall it was great going 8-2 with the guys and being able to make the playoffs again. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a home playoff game. We were one play and 1 point away. But we did a great job. Being 8-2 is a big thing for the club, winning that many games this year. So I'm very proud of the team and everybody involved.
Yeah, I think it's been a tumultuous season. We've had a whole heap of injuries we've had to work through.
Mm-hmm.
All of our season-ending things we've had to fight through that. But it's been great. We've had I wouldn't say up and down. We've been consistent. We've
Yeah.
just been able to overcome and adapt some things. The offense has done really well. I'm pretty proud of how our guys have done
Yeah.
fighting through our big slot injuries we've had with our guys. And, it's been great because we ended well, 8-2. Like you said, we kind of turned it around
Yep.
from 3-7 last year. And now we have a shot at winning a game this weekend. That way we can go to the Austrian Bowl.
Yeah, that's the goal. It's a big one on Sunday. We know they're really good, but it's a big one. All right, the extra bye week helped or hurt the team. I would say helped us in particular with all, as you said, all the injuries we've been given. I think it helped us to get an extra week. Of course, it would have been nice to play after Prague to maybe whoop up on the Steel Sharks a bit and try to get some things rolling. But at the same time, we had a good week of practice. Gave the guys off that Friday so they could relax a bit from football after that type of game. But I think for us personally, it helped us. But other teams, you never know. Prague, they have the same situation as we did. So, but overall, I think it helped us. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think for us, anytime you have more time to prepare is great because we can get healthy from all of our guys not playing an extra game. That's 120, 150 less plays they have to deal with, so the body takes less damage throughout the season. And anytime you're getting to this point in time in the season, the less damage we can take and the more legs we can save on reps
Yeah.
is always great. So I think it's helped us because we're offensively we've been able to really rep every scenario we're able to have an answer for everything we think the Dragons are going to give us. So it's quite nice.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. Oh, preparation different from a playoff game, a regular season game.
You want to go first on that one?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I think with the playoff game, you have a bigger scope to choose from, so we can have all of the Dragons film from all week. Well, they've had 10 games.
Yeah, 10 games.
Yeah, so we're able to draw 10 games to be able to get that on the preparation on the scout. They've had two different quarterbacks this year, and their offense and defense is, their offense is a little different. I know for you, but their defensive structure is the same, and their defensive coordinator is doing a phenomenal job. They're the number one defense for a reason. But what we've been able to do is get the analytics down and see what their tendencies are, because it doesn't matter who the coach is, everyone's got a tendency. So that's what's kind of nice, is we're able to really dial it down and see where we could try to attack their weaknesses, and we could kind of look at our previous game against them more in depth and see where the deficiencies we had in that game, which I think that was probably our worst game offensively of the year. So we can really kind of dial in and see what we did so badly and able to improve there. So I think going into the playoff game, you definitely have a bigger menu to choose from because of all the games they've played. So yeah, and then we're going to try to get every scenario in practice and dialing in that way because at this point it's win or go home. So we want to make sure we cover everything.
Yeah, I would say short and sweet. Yes, but no. Yes, that it's a playoff game. You have to prepare on a different level, but it also is still, it's just a football game at the same time. But when it comes to the guys, I think we're more locked in, and it's just the feeling that they get, especially our guys. Probably 38, 35 of our players have never played in a playoff game, so we'll see how they adjust come kickoff on Sunday. But I'd say, yeah, yes and no in their own rights.
But it's kind of feeling like at the beginning of the season a little bit. They're kind of tired of hitting on each other at this point. Now they're ready to
they want to hit somebody else. Yeah. Ooh, the Dragons. I'll start. Their offense is very multiple. They have done a lot of things throughout the season with two quarterbacks, multiple different imports, different schemes. So their coach does a very good job of preparing them for what they have and doing well. And I'm not going to say they're basic, but they do not too many things, but they do it. They execute at a high level. So for them, it's just being ready for whatever, knowing that their coach can show us anything possible. So what do you think about the defensive side? I know you
defensively, you can tell Coach Dokow's a DB guy. I mean, their secondary is about as multiple as we've seen all year. They show about 3 or 4 different variations of cover 3. They played a lot of cover 2 against us last game, which we weren't expecting. They sprinkle in a little bit of cover 4, and then they do the hot new trendy stuff, the field creepers and the sim pressure. They mix in that a little bit. So they probably have the best defensive end in the league, arguably probably the best one tech. So if we can get those guys blocked up, I think we'll at least give Wyatt some time. But, being able to figure out what their coverages are would be nice. That way we can attack the weaknesses. But the biggest thing is all 11 on the field's pretty solid.
Yep, they're good all around.
Yeah, 1 through 11, they're probably as talented as any team we're going to play defensively. So the biggest thing is just if we can execute what we do, try to put them in conflict situations, I think we'll be just fine.
Yep. And last but not least, words for our fans. Anything to say to the Giants faithful?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool that we have a fan bus. I think that's really neat that we can bring a crew to Vienna. And then also the thing is, it's only 2 hours away, so I think if maybe some people can carpool and get together, that would be great to come to the game. Because the biggest thing is, this is a win or go home situation. So if we lose the game, the season's over. But the biggest thing is if we can give our guys some motivation from the fans, that's nice because our home fans are always great. I mean, they're loud. It's probably the best. It's the best environments we've played all year. I mean, we've packed out the home stadium almost every game, so we're used to a big fan base support system. So that'd be great.
Yeah, no, and well, of course we thank all of you guys for coming to all of our games and everything else. And pretty much as Cody said, and make sure please get your ticket for the fan bus. We have limited spaces left. We're already pushing bus number 2, so get your tickets and please come support us at the game. Thanks everybody, and Cody, appreciate you being on the show. And that's it. Go Giants.
Yeah.